Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 58 in the Self Mastery series. Oh, guys, so frustrating. I made a long video yesterday and went to post it, and during my editing, I lost it. And so aggravating that I was like, that's it. I have to just go live so I don't mess up my video again. But it is Sunday, and I haven't made a video in a few days. Well, I tried to, and things are going well. I backed out of the half marathon, and it's a little regretful. Like I don't regret backing out because of how I felt, but I regret that I wasn't in good enough shape to continue the training. I pulled my groin twice. I pulled my hamstrings. I pulled my glute, and I was like, dude, you're just putting so much pressure on yourself. So I backed off, and that would have been yesterday. And I saw all the results online, and it was exciting and everything. And I was like, oh, I wish I would have been there, but so a little heartbreaking. Cheers, Angel. Good to see you, brother. What time is it? I gotta see what time I go live. Then what time you show up? Okay, it's like 11 a.m. on a Sunday. So I haven't been live in quite a few days. So I've walked. I've been eating breakfast maybe every other day. I ate breakfast the last 2 days, and then I'm kind of eating still two meals, kind of a late breakfast and then a brunchish, and then just really trying to not eat late at night. But I'm not being real victorious over that yet. But that is what I am working on. So just some of my notes for like an average day lately. I get up and drink my coffee. I go for a walk. I'm off work now, so it's a little different. I'm noticing like, man, I get a lot of miles on at work. To get 10,000 steps. I got to go for a 5 mile walk. Because at work that happens every single day, and then I get off work and go for a walk, and I get 20,000 steps. So anyway, things are going good. I'm gaining weight though. Like I was contemplating to make a series of videos about how to gain weight, how to maintain morbid obesity, how to pile on the pounds. And it sounds ridiculous or like a joke, but it's not. It's helping me recognize what I'm doing, because everybody knows. One of the Audible books I'm listening to right now is "I Know What to Do." So why am I not doing it? Something like that. You know what to do, so why am I not doing it? Why ain't it's not ain't it's I can't figure out what the wordage there, but um a decent book, but it's really just the title caught my attention, and it's like, well, what do you do to do wrong? And for me, it's eat late. I don't pig out on junk food ever. It's overeating, and it's overeating late. Like I had a breakfast today. I'm having my black coffee, and I just made one, and it was a large protein pancake, like those Kodiak. I think they're called Kodiak protein pancakes, and no syrup or anything. I just put some butter, so you got some fat, you got some protein, and it does have some carbs. And something I've been paying attention to is like, okay, you're full. Like I was even overly full, and I still had a chunk of it like that on the plate, and I just threw it away, and it felt great. Like that kind of victory, that small little victory, is how you get to the goal. If all you want is the goal, you're never going to get there. You got to want the steps to get there. You want to stand on top of the mountain, but you don't want to climb it, you're never going to get there. You got to want to climb it. So it felt great, because that was like a little baby step to throw food away when I felt full. And another big one is going to be, and I've done this before, where I didn't eat after 7 p.m., but I was getting off at 3 p.m. back then. So it was very easy. And again, every single day I did it. If I weighed in from the day before and then I weighed in the next day, I lost weight every single day that I didn't eat past 7 p.m. And didn't even matter what I ate. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks, but not junk food. Don't get me wrong when I say I was eating whatever I want. I do eat whatever I want. I just don't want junk food. I don't drink any sugary. Don't drink juice like Kool-Aid, or like even orange juice. Orange juice is just Kool-Aid. Look at the ingredients. It's water and reconstituted orange juice. So it's been packed down for shipping. You get rid of all the water so you can ship it from Florida without water. So the weight, and then you reconstitute it. Well, that kills any vitamins or minerals that were in it. So now it's just pure concentrated sugar and water, exactly what Kool-Aid is. So don't drink anything like that. Just drink your water, drink your coffee. If you want to have a glass of wine, have a small glass of wine. If you want to have a beer. Don't freak out about it, but know that's not what's going to bring you victory. And but keep that down to a minimum. Read your Bible, read your Audible books, listen to your Audible books. And the more I organize and minimize my life, I'm in this small room. Dang it, I gotta get a better background. I know this is so unprofessional. I got my half unmade bed and light glaring through, so I gotta reset this up so I have like just a plain background. Get a white sheet or something. But the more I organize and minimize my life down to the minimal, the in the most basic form, I've realized like I feel a lot better. Like I feel so free of any stress or anxiety, and it's making me feel mentally better and physically better. And it brought a saying to my mind. I can't remember where I heard it or if I even heard it anywhere, but it's like the inner peace that I'm feeling right now is not going to be from when I can't find anything more to add to my life. Like you've added everything you possibly can, and this is the happiest and most perfect form of self you can be. That's not the case. Not for me anyway. Like more cars, more guns, more money, more women, more stuff, more jewelry, more purses, more shoes for women, more what do guys like, more women and more show does not bring you fulfillment, does not bring you happiness. It's for Zach when I was talking to myself and I'm like, when Zach can find a spot in his life when he can no longer find anything to remove is when he will be his perfect form. And I'm not perfect, but you see what I'm getting at. That's a bad word to use for a human. Nobody's perfect, but our Lord Jesus Christ. But the best I can be, the happiest I can be, the mentally, physically, spiritually healthiest I can be is when I'm stripped down to my most basic form. And that is just I'm continuing to do that. Even today, I have items listed for sale on like Facebook Marketplace, and I have some bins laying around right here. I'm going through stuff and get rid of that, get rid of that. I'm organizing this and just compartmentalize my life down to its most basic form and simplest form, and it ends up being my happiest form as well. So that is how I am attempting to perfect self and that self mastery that we're talking about. So obviously, I need a little. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm because I was using Clipchamp. I think it's a Microsoft run. It was already on my computer, video editing software, and I recorded a video for like a long time and was edit for like 20 or 30 minutes and was editing it for another 20 or 30 minutes, and then somehow I just lost the clip and wasn't saved, and oh, so irritating. But I'm gonna work with that and try to make some more professional videos and of course, the 50 for 50 series, I'm still contemplating how to do that, but I think it's going to work. I'll just start the series at a certain weight, and I weighed like 255 yesterday. I weighed like the same today. Like I'm gaining weight again, and you could see it in my cheeks again, and it's frustrating. But I'm still trying to stay positive and say this is what the channel is about. If I'd have went from 270 to 170 in 6 months, it's really because nobody does that. Like that, there's all the books are that. And and you never see the guy overweight. You never see him struggle. He's got the secrets to success. You do this diet and it works every time. And I just love the one you see the commercials on Facebook and YouTube all the time as far as like he's eating donuts and just doing nothing, and of course he never says what his secret is. You got to buy his program, and he's just jacked bodybuilder. I don't know, he looks about as big as you could possibly be and not be on steroids, but I wouldn't doubt it if he took any kind of supplements. And it's just getting rich. It's just a get rich quick weight loss, and that's not what this channel is about. It's kind of I removed all my join my channel except for the 99-cent one, because guys, if you will join the channel for just 99 cents, all it's going to do is pay for some advertising. And when you see like 200 subscribers go in a day or two or three, it's because there was some advertising going, and then the people subscribe from the advertising, and then the money ends. So if you will consider to join the channel for as little 99 cents, and welcome to the new subscribers coming and going, and it shows that a lot of my viewers are not subscribed. So I would appreciate it if you'll just hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and watch all my videos and just get an idea, especially if you're overweight. I mean, if you're if you just need psychological and mental help, I believe this channel is going to end up helping you as well. I mean, I've been through my journey and it's been a wild ride, and I feel like I've learned a lot mentally and emotionally, and especially emotionally, where that stability, when you just learn the value of yourself and the importance of your own well-being over getting excited over some person who, once you finally grow up, you realize, they're not happy. If somebody hurt your feelings, well, for one, you had to choose to be hurt. Their actions are their hurt feelings. Don't let their hurt feelings, their rugged childhood, their abused past, um, influence your today. I mean, you're having to deal with your abused past influencing your today already. So, and gain victory over that, and definitely don't let somebody else's nightmare bring you down. Now, that's not to say if you have a friend that's pouring their heart out to you because they got their heart broken, or because they're having financial difficulties, or they're having spiritual and emotional difficulties. Always be that guy to have a shoulder to lean on and an ear to hear. But don't let people drag you down, is what I'm getting at. So, oh, before I forget, guys, I don't know if you've been following along. I've been selling a house, and it's just an old tear down junker house, and I just finally got rid of it the other day. It's actually be tomorrow's the final paperwork for the buyers to sign, but my paperwork's all signed, the deal's done. And this wonderful woman worked on my channel or worked on my the sale of my house for almost zero commission. And it's only because the house sale price was so low. It was just a tear down. So um, she worked tirelessly, kept me in the loop of offers and ideas and what we should do, and what, let's wait on this offer, let's take this offer, and all the paperwork, all the everything. Just I didn't have to do anything, and it was just so simple to sell my house. And I'm sure buying a house through her would be just as great. Her name is Twyla Menth with Counselor Realty. So if you're in Minnesota and you need to buy or sell a house, I highly recommend Twyla Menth of Counselor Realty to use for your purchase and sale of your homes. You will not be disappointed, and tell her Zach sent you. Just so I can get a little ooh, ooh. And I'd be so happy to hear about that as well if anybody does use her services, because you will not be disappointed either. So, guys, it's Sunday. I'm packing up. I lost my wallet. Oh, let me tell a little happy story. So I was leaving to go camping on Saturday morning. I had some other things. I was going to sell some items to people on my way up, and I had this whole trip organized. And I went up for a 5-mile hike on Friday afternoon, right around noon, 1 o'clock. And it was a 5-mile hike. Exactly. I remember now. I used my watch, my Garmin. So I go on a little 5-mile walk, and then I got home and showered up and got cleaned up. And I went out to dinner with my son and his girlfriend. So I went and picked them up. We get to the restaurant, and I had a vest on, and I had an inside pocket. And it's the same vest I wore hiking. And I get out of the car, and I'm like, oh no, my wallet is missing, So we had dinner, and my son paid for it, which was kind of cool. They asked us to move our table before our food arrived, and they ended up giving us half off of our food just to move like 20 feet over because some big wedding party was coming in. So we got half off of our dinner. So we saved like $35 there. So that was awesome the day of Friday. So, losing your wallet though, not a great day, right? I'm canceling my credit cards. I'm canceling my bank cards. I got to replace my insurance vehicle cards. I'm looking up my insurance on my phone. I got to replace my medical, dental, vision, cards. I'm thinking of I got my gym swipe pass, my time clock at work card. There was cash in it. Okay. I'm Friday night. Well, I'll cut that long story short and say a wonderful woman in the area picked it up on the trail where I lost it. Apparently, I was almost back home when I dropped it. I was only like 2 blocks away. And she found it and turned it into the police like the next morning, Saturday, which was yesterday. And then yesterday afternoon, the police called me. They looked up my number with my with my ID, had my name obviously, and looked up my number. And I've had the same number for like 10 years. Last time they had contacted me was like 10 years ago. I got a speeding ticket, so I had the same phone number on there. He actually delivered it to the house, and I got my wallet back, and even the cash was still in it. And I started thinking, well, somebody that's honest enough to pick up a wallet and turn it in is probably honest enough to not take the cash either. I tried to go through the officer and say, "Hey, can you take this cash and give it to her?" And he couldn't do that. He couldn't like be a middleman in a cash transaction between two civilians. So I said, "Well, you have my number. Give her my number, and if she'll text me, I'll." And I know she lives within 2 blocks of this house because there's only a small development here. So anyway, the reason I wanted to tell that story is because I went for a 5 mile hike, went out to dinner, realized I lost my wallet. I knew I lost it on the hike because I put the vest on and it was like 50 degrees in the morning and I had seen that. So I was like, oh, it's a little chilly. I'll put a vest. I had shorts and a tank top. So I put this vest on. Well, then I get out there and it's like 65 degrees and I'm walking 5 miles and I start sweating. And I kind of, you ever seen like the high school kids walking with their sweater hanging off their shoulders, and I kind of felt dorky, but I was doing that to cool off and the wallet fell out. So the whole point of that story is when I got back from dinner, I looked everywhere in the house, in the car, and in the yard, tried to find my wallet. I was like, I know I dropped it on the hike. No way would I went and walked another 5 miles. My feet were sore, my legs, it was a good enough walk. I got my five, but with proper motivation. And in this case, it was like negative motivation, like something negative happened. But I went and re-walked it and it just flew by because my mind was like, look for wallet. Well, it's dark. I got flashlights and I'm looking and there's leaves everywhere. And I'm just and talking about walking and how it lifts your spirits and makes you feel so good. Or, jogging too. Don't get me wrong that don't make me don't listen to me and think that I don't think jogging is good. I think jogging's great. Like if you get up and just go for a 30-minute jog every morning. I'm considering to do it once I get back from the Philippines and start getting up early and just going for a 30-minute jog. But my body was just breaking down from 12-mile jogs and shit. So I backed her down to walking, and I'm gaining weight from overeating and stuff. So don't find my short-term setback as a it's a loss. Like, hey, I tell people, hurry up and start losing, because if you're afraid of failure, you're just never going to get going. And to never get going is the biggest failure of all. So just get going. If you go up and down, up and down, up and down, it's like I gave myself credit this morning. It's like, don't forget, Zach, you were 315 pounds. 250 is not as bad as 315. That's still 65 pounds down, 60 pounds down right now. So, I mean, I really only need to hit 215 pounds to be 100 pounds down. But when I started the channel, I was 270. So I do want to get down to 170, which is still out of my BMI for because I'm only like 5'8", maybe 5'9" if I hung upside down and wasn't standing for 12 hours, because you do shrink while you're walking and you gain a little while you're sleeping. Always measure yourself when you first wake up. And then I'm almost 5'9". But anyway, guys, I'm starting to babble on, so that means the notes are over and the video is over, and that I'm claiming victory in Jesus Christ, and I hope you can too. You will never have peace and tranquility and a sound mind if you do not have Jesus in your heart and in your mind. There will never be peace in the Middle East because those two factions do not know Jesus Christ is the only way. He is the way, the truth, and the light. He is the life. He is the peace giver. Only through him will there be peace. So know that, guys, that Jesus loves you, that I love you, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.